Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So it's time for your Bronzepony wrap-up for June 2025, and we've got Heavenly Blues for this wrap-up. So for those of you who are not familiar with the wrap-ups, it's once a month I try to put together just a group of pieces that I've made over time. Some of these are really old, like 6-7 years old, and some of them are relatively new, some are sort of in the middle. And I just put them together, and I try to do a little theme, like a color theme, a season theme, a holiday theme, that sort of thing, so that you can get another look at some pieces that you may have forgotten about, or that you haven't seen, or if you're new, you haven't seen some of these. And there are 600 and I can't imagine, over 600 videos on my channel, and most of them are tutorials. So this kind of gives you an idea, monthly of what's there, and see if you like them. So I will link every tutorial for each piece in the description box below the video, as well as I will put the name on the screen so you can identify if you want to go take a look at the tutorial. Now, I forgot to add this one. This is a Stepping Stones bracelet. This is an oldie. So I meant to add this one on. I will. And there are two of them here. I've always wanted to make a double, so I might, try and do that. So without further delay, let's take a closer look at each piece. First up, we have the Arya bracelet, and this is using some of the beads from a beading school box. I think it's called Fly Me to the Moon. Don't quote me on everything because I could make a mistake. Anyway, we've got these cool Vexlo beads, which I think they're so gorgeous. Look at that shine on those. We've got 6mm bicones, little pearls there, or round beads, some 11-Os, and I think it made such a pretty, pretty bracelet. Next up, we have the Ice Flowers bracelet, and I put it here because I want you to see the lace, how lacy it is. You see the seed bead connections are just done just like lace, and I love that. I love these connections at the end. I think this is from Eureka Crystal Beads I think it's called Berry Frost Collection. Like I said, don't quote me, but we've got ginkgos, we've got some pearls, we've got some 3mm bicones, and that pretty lace this pretty lace looking seed bead connections. I think this would make a beautiful necklace, so I think we'll put that on the list. Okay, next up we have the Arya pieces, and I believe this is from Beading School's Sirens of the Northern Sea collection. And did you love putting this on a shoe as shoe jewelry? I recently bought some bows for a pair of shoes, and I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool to make one? I think we could do this with bead embroidery. That might be our bead embroidery project that I've been trying to think of forever, is making some kind of shoe jewelry. We'll see. Anyway, we have the bracelet, we've got the pendant, and we've got a pair of earrings. This is an oldie. This is the Drina necklace. And we have a bracelet, and I think we have a ring also. I did not pull those out, but this is the necklace, and I love the blues on this necklace. Isn't this pretty? I absolutely adore it. I think it came out so nice. So this is sort of the oldie contribution to the to this wrap-up. Okay, so sometimes I will, when I add a piece on the wrap-up, I'll look at it if it's an older piece, and this is an older piece, and I'll say, what can I do to make that better? And so with this one, this is the Juliet necklace, so it was just like this, which is really pretty to begin with, but I always thought it needed a drop, so I added this really big pear-shaped drop. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. I think this is so, so pretty. I love that we did the chain in a netting and filled the netting. Love all these bezels. I mean, that's sort of really like a royal piece, isn't it? I wear these all the time anyway. I see this as a really beautiful, like going out fancy dinner necklace, holiday necklace. Love it. Okay, next we have the Moncour brooch or pendant. This is the pendant. Now my very best friend who is fluent in French is probably going to yell at me for the way I pronounce that, but I did my best. My heart. Let's call it my heart. Okay, so here's another big bezeled stone. So pretty, a little Monty in the middle on a ribbon. Okay, next up we have the estate bracelet and the estate earrings, and there's also a gorgeous necklace that has, again, a big pear drop at the end, but I didn't have the blue one available, so I will link it in the description box, the tutorial as well. So here is the bracelet. I think we started with the bracelet or the earrings. I just love this one. I went to an estate sale and I saw these, earrings that were very similar to this, so I just went with it. Love the sparkle on that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, another oldie. I popped the Anne bracelet in, and I love this one too. We did this with all chitons and pearls, but I love the little aqua blue color on this. Such a pretty little bracelet. Pearls. Another piece I made a while ago. So I do have a few pieces that were made a little while ago, but I just absolutely adore it, and I wear this all the time. And this is the Sodalite Station necklace, the Gemstone Station necklace, and I think that came out so pretty. I think this would be a gorgeous pendant on here, so I might actually put that on there because I think that would be beautiful. Maybe embellish this a little more. This is a cabochon from the beading school. Isn't that stunning? Look at the moon phases on that. Love that. Simple bezel on that. So here's the necklace. Next up, we have the Iridescent Pools bracelet and the stalactite earrings. And these are all from my collaboration with Eureka Crystal Beads called Underground Cavern. And I think these are so pretty. I love these colors. I think they're just gorgeous. I know I have all kinds of crazy names for everything. I just love naming my jewelry. So anyway, here's a couple of pieces from that collection. There are many more. Okay, last but not least, we have the Winter Solstice ornament cover. And I think this came out so beautiful. It looks complicated, but it's not at all. Eureka Crystal Beads made a beautiful kit out of this that they offer on their website. And I just think it came out so pretty. Lots of chitons, drops, beautiful silver beads, and it also came in a couple of other colors as well. So there's the ornament cover. I just thought it had to be put in this wrap up just because the colors were so perfect. And the whole wrap up is very sparkly. There you have it. Here's your Bronzepony wrap up for June 2025. I hope you enjoyed this wrap up. I have so much fun picking out these pieces, and I just love sharing them with you again. So, or for the first time if you haven't seen them already. All right, so don't forget that I have every tutorial listed in the description box below the video and up on the screen as you have seen. And I want to thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.